What are your tidings?
Tidings? I have none.
Then be on your way.
No, please, wait. I haven't found anyone for miles, and I'm seeking urgent guidance.
Have we met before? You're not from here, are you?
No, I was sent here as an ambassador, but I had lost my group once I'd entered the country. I know not of where I am, and I was wondering if you could give me some guidance.
Ah, welcome to High Dunsinane. It's not much, as you can see.
So this isn't England?
Nay, Scotland. There's not much you can do here, unless you want to be the ambassador fixing derelict housing.
No thanks. Either way, if you're not willing to help, then I'd best be on my way.
No, of course I'll help you. I haven't talked to anyone in ages. If you were sent to England, where are you really from?
Denmark, about a sea away.
Ah, Denmark. That's close to Norway. We haven't had the greatest history with Norway.
Nor have we, but I heard about the war you had with them a couple of 100 years ago.
100? There was another a couple of weeks back.
I know not much of what goes on in Scotland. I'm just a lost prince in the middle of a country.
You're a prince?
Prince Hamlet, son of King Hamlet and Queen Gertrude. Pleasure to meet you.
Wait, is Hamlet short for Hamilton? Never mind. My name is Gru.
Gru?
Grook?
Grook?
Gruach. Many called me Lady Macbeth, but I'd prefer to be associated with my husband no more.
Can I call you Beth?
Can I call you Hamilton? Never mind. Do come in, Your Highness. It gets cold as it gets late. I'll help you get to England. Somehow. Gertrude doesn't ring a bell. Yet, I wouldn't be familiar with Danish dynasties. Want some water or anything?
I think I'm fine for now. How did I end up all the way in Scotland?
I could have asked you the same thing. If there's trouble, you might be better off going directly back to Denmark.
It's a long swim, and a bit of a cold one. Note my companions would wonder about my whereabouts if I didn't come back to them in England.
Ah, that's true.
I do wonder how everyone else is getting on back at home, particularly Ophelia.
Ophelia?
A family friend.
Heaven help the fool who falls in love.
I wouldn't say love.
Alright.
If you own this castle, does that make you royalty too?
Let's just say I was married to a Thane.
Was married? What happened after that? Was the war the reason why this place is so damaged?
It was more like a siege.
A siege?
Why are you so interested in Scottish history?
I'm sorry, I'm just curious, but please tell me, I'd love to know.
After the war, our king was assassinated and my husband was next in line due to the king's sons fleeing the country. My husband didn't make the best choices and abused his power, taking the lives of many out of fear of them taking his crown. Eventually an uprising was held against him and he was killed. Everyone thought I was dead and the rest of our castle staff left to find better work.
And all of this happened within the past few weeks?
Quite so. All our attendants left and the porter quit, so now I have to answer the door, which is something I'm not yet used to. A lot of things have changed and I don't really know where to go.
I understand not knowing where to go. My father was recently murdered, and my mother remarried with my uncle. I'm not sure what's left to come. If your husband was king, does that make you queen?
Ex-queen. Remember when I said everyone thought I had died? We have a new king now, King Malcolm.
How could everyone have mistaken you for dead? Did your husband try to kill you?
Well, it's a long story. Just don't worry about it too much.
I have all night. Tell me everything.
No, you have some place to be. You need to get back. I'll help you get to England and then we can pretend we never met.
With all that's happening back at home, it's probably not at a level of concern. If you're going to help me, I'm helping you first. Please tell me.
You'd really do that for someone you just met?
I'd tell you the same thing. Though you may be home, you look mentally lost. Tell me everything and I can help you. You cannot stay in this place forever, you know.
All right. It all began when my husband ran into 3 witches. They told him of his fortune of becoming king in the near future. For it to come quicker, someone manipulated him into killing the king, which was something he'd ponder but never do. But with some manipulation, he soon did it. This, however, drove him to tyranny during his kingship, taking the lives of many others in the process. Mainly those who never deserved to die.
And he was assassinated, right?
Right. After my husband was assassinated, everything seemed to quiet down, and this place soon became abandoned.
I still don't understand how this affected you so badly. Didn't you say your attendants left? Why didn't you just leave to find them, or at least try to fix this place up?
That's impossible in my current circumstance.
How so? You were married to the king. You said he was a Thane, right?
If I tell you, you will hate me for life.
What could possibly make you think that?
The longer we spend talking, the longer it will take for you to get back.
I have a long time.
You must really not want to return home.
It's all out of my desire to help. To help you.
Oh, Hamlet, Hamlet, you deserve to know the truth. I was the one who told my husband to kill the king. I was the reason all this happened. I cannot go back. It's best if everyone thinks I'm dead. As soon as he returned from the war with Norway, he told me that 3 witches had prophesied him becoming king. I took advantage of that and peer pressured him into killing the king so we could take the crown, stole the divine right of kings, breaking the natural order. Everything collapsed because of me.
If Duncan was a bad king, then I suppose it was for the best.
He was a kind gentleman, trusted me and my husband with all his heart. His most kind hostess, the reason for his demise. I'm so sorry, Hamlet.
Are you crazy? If he was a good king, then why would you want him dead?
Because I wanted to set things right. That patriarchal society. I hate it so much. Duncan never did anything about it. I hoped that being queen I could have been powerful enough to change it. But I got too aggressive and went about it in the wrong way. I should have just been patient. It's all my fault everything's like this. The last thing I thought about was the precious life of Duncan.
Did you not mention witches? They were the real reason for all of this, meddling with mortal lives and stirring chaos.
Would you call me a witch for summoning demons and trading my own breast milk for bitterness?
You can do that?
I did, and it was foolish of me to have done that. My husband did carry out the murder and began to kill everyone in his path. Banquo, his best friend. The Thane of Fife's wife and children. I feel just awful for the murdering of so many innocent lives. Deep down, it's all my fault. Because I was so guilty, I tried to take my own life. It was the only thing I could have deserved after what I had done.
But it failed, right?
Little did everyone know was that when I jumped off the battlements, the suicide had failed and I survived.
I'm guessing you landed in a ditch or...
The battlements aren't that high. The ground also quite soft. Though I should be dead for what I've done.
You survived death. Take this as a sign from the universe that you do not deserve to die. You've been given a second chance.
But
You can go back and redeem yourself or start a new life far away from any suspicion.
Everyone thinks I'm innocent, thought I died out of fear or that it was an accident. I'd hate to lie. Even if I didn't, I'd be killed anyway.
Here.
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care?
Because you care for me, and I have a feeling you've changed for good.
How can you be certain, though?
Because you asked me to leave upon my arrival. A murderer would have led me straight in. Living in an abandoned castle, you definitely looked like you needed help. I'm happy to be a part of it.
How could you possibly know that? If you found out the mastermind behind your father's death, you'd want them dead, wouldn't you?
Actually, I have reason to believe it was my uncle. I've sworn revenge on him. To avenge my father and take back my kingdom.
See? Malcolm would have me beheaded.
But my uncle poisoned my father himself. You didn't carry out the murder, did you?
No, but I planned it. I contemplated doing it myself, but backed down.
See? An instinct within you knew was wrong. And it had nothing to do with the following murders. They were all your husband's fault, and he got what he deserved. There's no one else left to punish.
If your uncle's wife had manipulated him into killing your father, and then because of her he killed tons more people, would you forgive her?
If she begged for forgiveness and presented a change of heart, I would. Even if my father's spirit stated otherwise. You are not responsible for your husband's actions. Even if you were the reason he killed Duncan, all those other people were entirely his doing. If you present a change of heart, they might forgive you.
He told me when he planned to kill Banquo. I said nothing.
But it was entirely your husband's doing. A part of you even knew it was wrong when you backed out of killing Duncan yourself.
That's not the point. I still told him to do it.
It's all in the past.
Hamlet, I murdered someone.
Not directly.
What's the difference?
You backed out of it, didn't you?
Only out of selfishness. If he didn't look like my father so much, I would have killed him directly.
Slow down.
Afterwards, I completely framed the groomsman for all that was my fault. See the blood on my hands? The blood I smeared over the groomsman's daggers? It's not going to wash off. It's here to stay. It's too late to apologize. What's done cannot be undone.
Stop! Look, you survived a suicide. That is a sign that you are meant to live. It's time to either make a move or make amends. You cannot stay in this place. I don't know these people. I don't know if they believe in second chances. But present a change of heart and I'd forgive you. If they won't, however, it's time to make a move and start a new life elsewhere. Come with me into my kingdom. I can show you a new world.
You sound just like me when my husband was expressing his guilt. And look where he ended up. Tyranny.
I'm not telling you to move on from it. I'm telling you to move on with it. I'm not telling you to forget about it, but I'm telling you to think about it deeply and learn from it.
Thinking about it deeply only makes the guilt go stronger. You can't just expect it to ban Caliban its way out the door. There's nothing I can do to make up for what I've done.
There will be a way you can make up for it. Somehow.
Somehow? What do you suggest? All the money in the world couldn't fill the hole in their hearts. Every diamond to be found couldn't mimic the treasure of the one they loved most.
I won't tell you it will be easy. I will tell you it will all be worth it.
Why do you have so much faith in me? I manipulated someone into killing someone else for my own gain. Do you not see what I've done? You're only showing mercy because I was nice to you.
I see what you had done, but it wasn't for your own gain. You wanted to create an equal society, right?
Right. But I made things worse. I don't deserve forgiveness.
You tried to punish yourself by death and it didn't work. That is a sign that you are meant to live and be given a second chance. It's your destiny.
And I understand that, so I'm staying here, far from any more harm.
You can't stay here. It's unlivable.
It's all I deserve.
Not even a family of rats would like it here. All it leads to is death, which is anything you do not deserve. Look into my eyes and tell me you've changed. There's a world out there. You just need to take the right path.
What if there is no path?
There may not be one yet, but there will eventually. The blood on your hands will wash off with a little water. But with a lot of time and courage.
I should be in hell at this moment.
Would you really rather be in hell? The afterlife is uncertain, and that's what makes it scary. You need to make amends now. It's a to be or not to be situation. It may make it so much better.
At least someone has faith in me. It might be crazy, but I'm starting to believe that you're right. I will find a way to make it up to them. It's getting early. You should get back.
And you should get rest. You look tired. Sleep is the sign of a stable mind, and you'll need that before you make amends.
You're right. I can't believe I'm taking advice from a literal child. Take this map. The coordinates will help you get to England. Once you're there, you can find out where you need to be.
Thank you. Are you sure you'll be alright?
Of course, I've come this far. Like you said, sleep is a sign of a stable mind. I'm sure I'll know where to go once I've awoken.
Alright then. I'm glad my guidance was of use to you, and thank you for your help. I guess we'd be lost without each other.
Thank you for all you've done. I'm sorry about your father. Wait. There is something I can do to make it up to them. It might be crazy, but I will find a way to bring back Duncan. Goodbye, Hamlet. Hamlet? Was that real? He really wasn't from here, was he?